You open a betting app to make the match more interesting. 20 minutes later, you are not trying to have fun. You are trying to get back to zero. The first bet was entertainment. The sixth feels like a rescue mission. And somehow, losing money has made another bet feel more urgent, not less sensible. How does a machine turn a clear loss into a reason to continue? It rarely begins with a dramatic decision. It begins with a small stake and a clean story. I know the team, I understand the odds, I can stop whenever I want. Then the app removes friction. Your balance becomes colorful numbers. The next market is already waiting. And the distance between feeling an impulse and acting on it shrinks to one thumb movement. The obvious product is the chance to win money. The more powerful product is uncertainty. Predictable rewards are pleasant. Uncertain rewards capture attention. Maybe the spin, maybe the next hand, maybe the striker finally scores. The brain keeps checking, because every new result might resolve the suspense. The uncertainty is not an inconvenience around the game. It is part of what keeps the game alive. Now, add the near miss. 2 symbols land perfectly. The third stops one space away. Objectively, this is a loss. Psychologically, it can feel like evidence that you are getting closer. Research has found that near misses can increase the motivation to keep gambling and recruit some of the same circuitry involved in wins. The machine did not nearly owe you money. It displayed a very persuasive loss. Then, the mind starts writing patterns. Red has appeared 5 times, so black must be due. The team missed 2 chances, so the next one has to land. But independent events do not build pressure toward a correction. The roulette wheel has no memory. A coin does not become embarrassed by its previous flips. Randomness can produce streaks without creating a debt to the opposite outcome. Some gambling does contain real knowledge. You can understand teams, cards, horses, or probabilities better than another person. The trap is letting a small amount of skill expand into a feeling of control over everything. You may analyze the player correctly and still be unable to control an injury, a referee, the weather, or one strange bounce. Expertise can improve a guess. It cannot negotiate with chance. The money also changes shape. 50 euros in your hand feels like groceries, fuel, or dinner with someone you like. 50 euros inside a betting balance feels like points. Wins become house money. Easier to risk because they do not feel fully yours. Losses become temporary, not real until you withdraw or stop. The interface has turned money into a score, and scores invite one more round. Then comes the dangerous pivot. You lose 40. Now winning 40 does not feel like a gain. It feels like restoration. You are no longer asking whether the next bet is good. You are asking whether it can erase the feeling created by the last one. This is loss chasing. The goal quietly changes from making money to escaping the emotional fact that money has already gone. Stopping now can feel worse than continuing, because stopping closes the file. It turns an unrealized story into a receipt. Another bet keeps open a tiny door, through which the evening might still become a success. So the brain compares a certain painful ending with an uncertain rescue. The rescue is usually worse financially, but it is emotionally easier for the next 30 seconds. This is why a limit invented during the game is barely a limit. Calm, you says 20 euros. Activated, you says 20 more will fix it. The same person is making both decisions, but not in the same state. Urgency narrows attention. The long-term cost becomes blurry, while the immediate possibility becomes enormous. You cannot reliably negotiate with a rule that only exists in your head. Reset 1. Make the important decisions before the first bet. Decide the maximum money, the maximum time, and the stopping condition while nothing needs to be won back. Use a separate amount you can genuinely lose. Set the platform limit. Set the timer. When either ends, the session ends. A boundary is useful when it removes a decision, not when it begins an argument. Reset 2. Make every loss real. Do not call it money still in play. Write the new balance down in ordinary currency. Translate it back into something concrete. Hours worked, a bill, 3 lunches. Then ask one clean question. If I had just arrived, with no earlier bets to repair, would I choose this next bet now? History does not improve the odds. Reset 3. Add friction where the product removed it. Remove saved payment details. Turn off notifications and promotional messages. Use cooling off or self-exclusion tools if stopping has become difficult. Tell another person the limit before you begin. The goal is not to prove that willpower can beat a system built for instant repetition. The goal is to make the safer action easier to complete. The most useful warning sign is not a particular amount. It is a change in purpose. Are you hiding it, borrowing for it, thinking about it all day, increasing stakes, or returning mainly to recover losses? Then this is no longer just entertainment with a price. It is beginning to organize your attention, emotions, and choices. That deserves support, not a cleverer betting system. Gambling sells the feeling that the next result can rewrite the previous one. It cannot. A loss is a cost, not a debt the next bet must repay. The strongest move is often not predicting the next outcome. It is refusing to make the next outcome responsible for how you feel about the last one. The game wants one more decision. Your exit should already have been made.